Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Lisa. How are you? It's Friday evening. I said I would come on, and I want to do a special. I will answer some questions and so forth, and we'll take names. Hopefully, I'll have a moderator, but I am going to work. This is kind of part one on what it is, what it means to hold space for someone. And a lot of you may have heard that term, but you don't really know what it means. So I thought I would talk about it tonight. And so you would understand what it means. Does that make sense? 4 of you guys. Hi, you guys are already here. Lipa, you have not subscribed, so I just need you to subscribe to be able to get a reading, hon. Okay? So right down below the video is a place where you can subscribe in order to get a free reading, because I read only for my subscribers. And you have to stay subscribed afterwards so that next time you come on, you'll get a reading as well. Okay? So I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on, you guys. How are you tonight? Lipa, do you know how to subscribe, hon? Hi, Amanda. I'm going to put you down, hon. I'm going to talk a little bit about, before we get pulling cards, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what it means to hold space. Because a lot of people, because I do that quite often, I hold space for people, but a lot of people don't know what it means actually to hold space for somebody. So I wanted to wait for a few more people to come on, and then we'll get started. How are you, Amanda? Amanda, are you subscribed, hon? I just need you to hit subscribe button down below. And Lipa, I need you to hit the subscribe button as well, hon. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Joanna. Hi. I'm good, Amanda. Are you all subscribed with me, Amanda? Okay, I'm good. So, Lipa, you're the only one. I'll put a question mark next to your name until you do, and until you have a chance to subscribe. And then as soon as you subscribe, I can read for you also. Okay? I'm waiting for a few more people to come on to get started. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up if you like this, because tonight I'm going to talk about a little bit something before I do the readings. I want to talk a little bit about what it means to hold space for somebody. Okay, Lipa, I got your subscription. Thank you, hon. Make sure you stay subscribed so that you'll be notified whenever I come on live and you can get a free reading, okay? And usually I talk about something. Yes, it is done. I just saw it. Thank you. Lipa, you're good. I'm just saying to leave it so that way next time you'll be subscribed, okay? Yay! So I'm kind of waiting. Don't forget, when you come on, give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. Share it out to people, to your friends, on Facebook, on Instagram, any place you can, because we're trying to grow our community. So thank you for that. And I'll wait for just a few more people. I have you guys all lined up in a row to be able to get readings. And I'll wait for a few more people to come on before I talk about a little bit tonight about holding space. Does anybody know what that means? Holding space for someone? When somebody says, I'm going to hold space for you. Is anybody familiar with that term? No, Aaron? Oh, good. So this will be a nice thing for you to learn, because I think you probably do it, and everybody here I'm sure does it who are light, because I feel like you guys are all light workers, so I'm sure you do it and you don't even realize that you're doing it. No, holding space is more than I'll do something for you. I'll talk all about it. Does anybody else know what holding space means? Hi, Joanna. Take distance. No, good. All good guesses, though. All good guesses. Just going to wait till we get to 12 people. And then but I have you guys all in a row so that you'll be able to get your readings as well tonight. How's everybody doing? You all staying close to home and dealing with all this negative energy that's out there, I hope. And that's why I wanted to bring up holding space, because there's going to be a lot of feelings that show up in everybody over the next couple of days as we go through all this with the country. So I thought it'd be a really good time to teach you guys what holding space is all about. It does, Joanna, it does sound like it would be about, you know, taking distance. See, I'm actually a couple minutes early, so I'm going to wait a few minutes, and then I'll talk about taking space, or holding space, rather. Haroon, did you want to get a reading while we're waiting? Because you're next in line. Don't forget, you guys, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like there's 8 people on, so they haven't actually come on and said hello yet. Please say hello and give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying the video. Sure, what would you like to ask, Haroon? And then once I get to 12 people, I'll talk about holding space. There's a little bit of a delay. You guys have to be patient, but there's a little bit of a delay, I find. Hi, Patricia. I'm going to be, I'm taking names for readings, but I am going to talk a little bit when I get to the 12 people, I'm up to 10. I'm going to talk a little bit about holding space and what holding space actually means. Okay, you may know what it means, Patricia. We'll talk about it. Has Faison ever dreamt of me before? Okay, so that's getting into somebody else's head, which I can't do. Remember, Haroon? I know we've talked about this a lot of times on here. Like, unless they're on here, I can't tell how somebody feels or what they're thinking. Okay, because I don't have permission from their angels. No worries. Did you want to ask a different question about Faison? Or Faison? I can't tell which it is. Faison, it looks like. I feel like there's a distance between you, so there's not, I don't feel like you're actually in a relationship. Is that correct? Some people are leaving. Well, that's okay. Yes, so that is correct. So, but is this kind of like a little bit of a crush, or someone that you know, kind of dreaming about on your own in the distance and hoping that they'll come towards you? Somebody you might like to have a relationship with? No, not a crush. I had a dream about him. Oh, interesting. Okay, so do you want to share your dream? Sometimes when we dream about people, depending what the dream is like, it could be about somebody that is from a past life, and we're dreaming about them. It could be just that you saw them that day and they happen to still be on your mind, and our brain hasn't finished processing them, and they're and you dream about them. It really depends on the dream. That's why I wanted to know if you want to just share anything about it. It was just him and an African-American hairstyle next to his attractive girlfriend. Weird. That is weird. And then you were just kind of standing back and watching or looking at them? I feel like this is somebody you're attracted to, though. That's what the angels are telling me. That it is somebody you're attracted to. It was like a movie. Yeah, sometimes dreams are like a movie. It's crazy how that works. I feel like he is involved with a third party, or he is involved, like you mentioned, with a girlfriend. So I feel like it's really hard for him to separate that out and to think about you in anything other than a friend kind of way right now. Okay? Things could change in the future. I'm not saying that it's, excuse me, Thought I was going to have a second season. I didn't. It doesn't mean that it might not change, but it's interesting that you dreamt about him. And lots of times that could be like to a past life relationship kind of thing. In the dream. Do you know if he has a girlfriend in real life? Because I feel like there's a third party, or there is a girlfriend. Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, I think if you just hold on to the dream and see where things go, I mean, I think it could end up being, but he's been betrayed by her, hence why he's not feeling it. Oh, I see. Hi, Maya. Maya, I'm taking names. I am going to do readings, but in a few minutes, I am going to talk a little bit about holding space and what that means. Okay. So there'll be a little bit of a kind of an underlying thread that we can talk about what holding space means. If you end up wanting to have a relationship with him, I think you just need to sit back and wait. Oh, great. I think you just need to sit back and wait, Haroon, okay? Because I think right now it's hard for him to think about anything but the person that's in front of him. I feel like he's a one-person man, if that makes sense. A one girlfriend kind of. He's not like a player. Okay, so you just want to be friends? You just find it weird that you had a dream about him? And sometimes we can't explain why we dream about people, you know? Sometimes it's just our subconscious processing. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I don't know if he's ever dreamt about you. He very well could have. But I think you will be friends, especially with the weird waves on his hair. Yeah, so maybe you just haven't, quite figured him out yet, and your brain was trying to do some of that processing while you sleep. Do you keep a journal of your dreams? He's Indian. No, a journal's really nice because you can write down as soon as you wake up. Write down all the things, even if it's just in single words, the things you remember about a dream, because our dreams go away very quickly once we wake up. And we'll only remember bits and pieces of it if during the day something reminds us of it. So to really get into lucid dreaming, which is another thing we could discuss at another time, but it's kind of where you can actually put yourself back into a dream after you've woken up. If you can get really good at doing that if you're keeping track of your dreams in a journal. So I would recommend to anybody, if they're interested in dreaming or if they're interested in monitoring their dreams, is to start a journal and to write down what you dream about every night. And then at some point, we'll talk about what, lucid dreaming and where to go with that. Okay, Haroon? All right, so it says, in what way am I attracted to him according to your angels? Oh, you just want to be a close friend. Yeah, I just feel like he's kind of there in the back of your mind as a possibility. So having him as a close friend would be really nice. Okay. Keep me posted, Haroon, and if he comes towards you at all, okay? A dream catcher, yeah. Dream catchers are almost always so that you don't have nightmares, according to Native American tradition. But Joanna, you're right. It's really good to have a dream catcher in your room. It should always be over your bed, and it shouldn't be against a wall. It should be hanging directly over your bed, like hanging from the ceiling above your bed. So it's free on all four sides, a dream catcher. Interesting. All right, guys. So who here? Clarifaction? You mean sentience? When you have smells? Clairsentience? Oh, that's great, Joanna. Yeah, Native Americans believe very strongly. Yeah, I have clairsentience too. When I'm doing a personal reading for somebody, I'll often smell the perfume of somebody I'm talking to, or if they smoke cigarettes, etc. Okay, Haroon, I've got to stop you there, hon, because I'm going to move on. You've had your one question. You've had like 3 questions, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk about what we talked about. I am going to do readings for everybody, so don't worry. Just hang on for a little bit. But I wanted to talk about holding space and what it meant, especially with everything that we're going through right now. So holding space really means if somebody's going through something, it means that you're there for them. They might have feelings they don't understand. They might be really sad. They might be really emotional. They might be working on some shadow work within themselves. And holding space, if you're holding space for somebody, you're actually being very non-judgmental. You're being a good listener. And holding space means you're being a support emotionally, physically, psychologically. You're being that place mark for them, so that they don't lose space with what's around them, physically, mentally, emotionally present. It means like putting your focus on someone to support them, so they know they're supported, so they know they're not judged. It's a really good thing to do when people are trying to figure something out, or if they're at a loss, or if they've lost somebody. If you've lost somebody in your life, or if they've lost a pet. And when you hold space, you're basically not judging them. You're just either listening or talking to them. It's not a time to give, holding space is not a really good time to give advice. Okay. It's if a friend calls you and says, look, this happened to me, and you're really doing a lot of listening and just being very supportive, and I'm sure you'll figure this out, and if I can do anything to help you, that's holding space. It's holding space until they are, we all need it, absolutely. Holding space is all about until they're ready to stand on their own 2 feet. It's, you kind of set the tone for very kind, curious, judgment-free interaction where the other person can be vulnerable and share their feelings, okay? So holding space is really important, especially with everything that's kind of going on around us nationally, right? There's a lot of people that are really confused and feel very upset and might just need a shoulder to lean on. And so you can, as a light worker, we do a lot of holding space for people. If somebody calls me and I have a personal reading with someone, and yes, I'm having a personal reading, so they may be asking me for advice, and so they are asking me advice. But when I hang up with that person, I'm still holding that space so that they feel by the end of their conversation with them that they feel like they weren't judged by me. They don't necessarily have to get advice from me, because lots of times it's just letting them talk through it so they can figure it out on their own. So it's being there emotionally and mentally and physically for somebody until they get to a point where they can figure things out on their own. That's called holding space. So if somebody's upset, you can say to yourself, I'm going to hold space for that person. I'm just going to be that listening person. I'm going to be that non-judgmental person while they go through all this. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody have any questions about that? I wanted to talk about it a little bit because next week I'm going to be talking about some ways to bring in your guardian angels. So this was kind of part 1 tonight about this holding space, because many times when you hold space, you're holding space for their angels that are around you and their angels that are around them. And it's really, you probably do it more than you think you do. Okay, everybody probably does it all the time. It's when that friend calls you and says, oh, so-and-so cheated on me and I don't know what to do. And rather than giving advice and saying right off the bat, oh, you should just dump him. I never liked him. I thought he would cheat on you. That's not holding space. Holding space would be, oh my gosh, would be like, I feel so sorry for you. I'm really sorry that you're having to go through this. It must be so hard. I know how much you cared for him and how important your relationship is. And then letting them talk. And then continuing to be that support system for them without judging. Because at that point in time, when you're holding space for someone, you don't want someone to feel judged. They want to feel comfortable coming to you, that they can open up and be vulnerable. And many times that's a really good place to be when you're in a relationship, is to be that person that can hold space for someone, that doesn't judge somebody else. People are drawn to you when they're that kind of person. I do that all the time for you guys when I'm answering questions for you, or I'm doing readings for you and I'm listening. I'm not judging. You know, if somebody says, oh, I'm going after a married man, I'm not like, oh, you really should stay away from married men. You know, like that would be judgmental. That would be me giving advice. Holding space would simply be that's got to be really frustrating when they're not available for a relationship right now. You know, how do you feel about, do you want, you know, you always have free will to stay in a relationship or to move on and wait for somebody else. A big part of it, Haroon, yes, is not being judgmental at all. So it's being non-judgmental. Just being there. Okay, being there for the person, holding space until they're ready to talk about it or talk it out. That's the best way for me to describe it. Does anybody have any questions about that before we move on? I like to try to, you know, last Sunday, if you haven't already had a chance to look at my last Sunday's live video, please do so. I spend the first 45 minutes or so talking about what's happening planetarily and astrologically, and why there's so much friction, why there's so much rage and anger, and what's all the violence that's happening, and when is it going to end, and what the planets are doing. And so I spend a good 45 minutes talking about that. For those of you that were here, you probably remember that. For those of you that weren't, if you can go back to last Sunday's live video, you'd really know a lot about what's happening around us right now. It makes a lot of sense, okay? And so I'm decided that I'm going to try to interject something that's a little bit spiritual every time we have a chance to talk. Next time I'll talk a little bit about bringing in your guardian angels. Okay, so no questions. I'm going to move on then. Lipa, it's your turn. Do you have a question for me, hon? I can answer it by psychically, or I can answer it by using the cards. I have the Imperial Gilded Tarot tonight that I'm using, that I have shuffled already before seeing you guys, and I will shuffle again if anybody has a question. Lipa, hi, hon. So you haven't been here before, so you can just tell me what your question is, and you can tell me what you would like me to use as far as tarot cards, or I can just tell you, actually. But you can let me know if you have a specific question, if you just want kind of like a general reading for the next few weeks. You want something general? Okay. So let me pull the cards. Let me shuffle them a couple of times. And I'll pull a couple of cards for you and tell you what's coming up. You would need to go to my website, Haroon, and you could book a reading with me. My website is listed down below, northernlights.one, O-N-E. And you can read all about my reading types and prices and so forth. And then you can give me a call and we can schedule something if you would like to do that. Absolutely. So I'm doing a general reading. I'm just shuffling the cards a few times for you, Lipa. Let's see what's coming up for you. Wow, you got 3 money cards. Look at that. Pentacles, Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. You got the Page of Pentacles, and you got the 8 of Pentacles. Look at all this money, 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 money in front of you. So have you just recently gotten a new job, Lipa? Have you recently gotten a new job, or have you recently gotten a bonus at a job, or are you expecting one? Because the 7 of Pentacles is almost always somebody that is making money but hasn't really taken time to count it. She hasn't climbed up this ladder yet. She hasn't put all the pentacles in her basket. So she knows she's continuing to make money, but she hasn't really climbed up to get it. The 8 of Pentacles is continuing this, just continuing to pound out the money, to continuing to work hard, to continuing to make that money. You're waiting for a job. Well, it's definitely coming in, because, and the Page of Pentacles is you're going to hear about a new job through a messenger. Through a message or a messenger, through like a text message or an email, or someone calling you and saying, hey, you know, there's this job over here. Have you think about applying for it? And I feel like the perfect job is going to come up for you, especially with all this money, all this pentacles. I mean, that's lovely. Have you applied? Have you had any interviews? Amazing. You've been waiting so long. Have you had any interviews, Lipa? You stopped applying? So I think you need to get back to it again, because I feel like now that it's the start of the new year and I feel like everybody's feeling really positive about the way things are going, you know, and getting vaccines and all that stuff on board, that now may be the time to apply, because I feel like the way money's coming in, it's really a really good time to apply for sure. And you're going to hear about something. I would say within the next 3 months. I'm getting a 3. I was drawn to draw 3 cards. So I'm getting within 3 months that you'll be employed. But you need to put yourself out there and actually apply. I'm so glad that will you put yourself out there though? Will you start applying? Yes, I feel down with negative answers. Yes, I feel down with negative answers. I'm not sure what you mean. I feel like you need to manifest this and bring it in. We just had a brand new moon, so it's a perfect time to manifest. We had the new moon 3 nights ago on Tuesday. Well, 2 nights ago, between Tuesday and Wednesday night. So it's a perfect time to manifest in this new job. So you've just got to think really positively and not go to that negative place. I don't have a job. I don't have enough money. Nothing's coming in. All those kinds of negative feelings. You need to remove that and replace it with, thank you, universe, for this wonderful job. Well, now you got to turn it around and expect positive answers. So start doing it again and start manifesting this perfect job that you want to come in, and it will. Because all this money can't be telling me the truth. It can't be not telling me the truth. The cards don't lie. Okay? Will you keep me posted, Lipa? You're going to stay subscribed, so I know you'll come on whenever you see that, and you get the notification bell. You can come on and get a reading. Thank you. Stay subscribed. Hit the notification bell down below so that if you're notified, you'll always know when I come on. And if you look at my other videos, like I said, go back to last Sunday's videos for all you guys that weren't here. Last Sunday's live video, I spent about 45 minutes talking about everything that's happening in the skies astrologically. And it'll really give you a good flavor for what's going to happen between now and the end of the month, and the energy that's out there, and how you can work to stay in that high vibration. What's best for you. Okay, guys? Thank you, Lipa. Amanda, you're next. Are you here, Amanda? Let me give her a minute or so to respond. Let's see if she's here. Sometimes the chat's a little slow. So everybody understands about holding space for people now, right? And being non-judgmental, because that's the best place we can be in, and when we help other people. Just a general, Amanda? Sure. I'll shuffle the cards for you, hon. How's your mom? Got a boy around you. Got psychically, I'm seeing a man around you, a young man around you. Is there somebody that you're interested in currently, or that might be interested in you? I have a young man that's around you. I'll pull 3 cards. Yeah, and here he is. Probably a fire sign. He could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. He's on his horse and he's moving. He's the kind of person, and I feel like it's hard to see. A lot of knitting. Yeah, I know. She's so good at that. So this is a night that's moving, and this is a young man that I see this in either in your life or coming into your life. But you got to be careful. He's a fire energy, so you want to be really careful to notice everything about him and pay attention to small little signs. Okay, I feel like he's really going to be a nice energy that's around you if he's not already around you. But I feel like you really have to pay attention because there may be some things that are going to bother you. You can see this the volcano and some of the lava that's coming down, and you need to move quickly with him. And I've got the 8 of Wands also, which is quick movement. So it could be that you find out he's interested in you or you're interested in him, and you move quickly to go out on a date or to start talking to each other, to feel really comfortable with each other, because the quickness is there, but in a very positive way. I feel like it's a very positive relationship. And the other card I have is the Queen of Cups. And she's holding, which is all positive, wonderful emotions. She's all dressed in gold, so everything you touch turns to gold. It's really, if you want this relationship, you can have this relationship. You're a Leo, so you're this could be you then. This could be you as the fire sign, and whoever's coming in could be a fire sign, or it could be somebody else who's coming in. This is Wands, and Wands are another fire sign. So that's why I'm saying it could be 2 fire signs, because you have the 8 of Pentacles as well. And this is the Queen of Cups, and the cups could also be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio that could be coming in. This sounds really crazy, but this person in this picture always makes me think of a pregnant person. So I don't know if somebody around you is pregnant or is worried that they're pregnant, but I'm just hearing that you may need to hold space for this person. I don't, obviously I don't think it's you, but I feel like there's somebody around you that has the possibility of it and is a little bit nervous. And you're going to be holding space and really listening to them, and they really need to vent and open up. So you may be just what we were talking about, holding some space for them, because this card quite often is a pregnancy, but it also means everything you touch turns to gold. The gold pillars, the gold curtains, the gold dress. The boy from my past has made an appearance again. Oh, but he's definitely not a young man. Well, by a young man, I mean somebody your age. I mean, he's not like 10. That's what I think of as a boy. Somebody who's your age would be a young man. Do you feel like he's immature? Do you feel like he's immature, Amanda? I feel like, and that card showed it really clearly, this one, where you got to be careful of him, okay? And I'm hearing this from angels, the angels that are around you. He's not he doesn't always tell the truth. He's very immature. I don't feel like he always tells the truth. I feel like he's a bit of a player. Is that pretty accurate about him, hon? I don't think he's, what is the relationship I've been letting go? But this is the relationship that I've been letting go of. Yes, letting go of it is a good thing to do. I still think somebody new is coming in that could either be a water sign or another fire sign. I'm not talking about this person per se, if you've been trying to let him go. I'm talking about somebody new coming in for you. I definitely feel that in a good way, okay? And when it comes in, it's going to feel like you've known this person forever. That's the quickness of that 8 of Wands coming in. That's that quickness. So letting go of the past, even though he wants to come back, letting go of him, and then waiting for this new person. Yes, he doesn't know what he wants, but now that we don't talk, he's trying to come back into my life. Yeah. I mean, he misses you. He knows he was a fool to let you go, but he also was very immature, and you don't need him around you anymore. So fully let go of him, and then don't compare him to anybody new. But somebody new is coming in. You might already know them, I'm hearing, but it is somebody that's new to the idea of a relationship. But you'll be doing a lot of talking, a lot of texting, a lot of, I don't know if you'll be Skyping or Zooming or whatever you do, but I feel like you'll see each other face-to-face or FaceTime or whatever. Somebody your parents will really like is what I'm hearing. And that you'll really like. So it'll be like a bonus. It'll be a 2-for-1. Do you have any questions, Amanda, about him? No, there's such a delay. Are you still here, Amanda? Awesome, thank you. Parents' approval is always good. Well, it's good because I feel like they'll let up on you dating. You know what I mean? Like once things clear, you'll be able to, they'll like this person, so they'll trust him, or they'll trust you with him. You know what I mean? That's always a good thing. That's always a positive thing. And it looks good. So I would think by the spring, you may already know him, yes. So this could be somebody that you've kind of been leaning towards a little bit or flirting with a little bit. You could already know him. You could be talking to him already. Or it could be somebody new that's coming in. Do you have somebody that you've been talking to? Because I am hearing that as well. Do you know anybody that's been worried about pregnancy? Because that card definitely came up, and it's always a card of the pregnant woman. There is someone I've been talking to, but it seems like it's just friends. Okay, if you like each other, though, it could end up being more than just friends. If you like them, I feel like you're drawn to this person. If it's the person you're telling me about right now, that it might just be friendship. That's the best way to start a relationship, is with a friendship. So that's a good thing. We've known each other for a while, but he was in a relationship and it ended, so we've been talking again, but I'm not sure. Well, take your time. I feel like whatever decision you make, you're going to be in the driver's seat with this relationship. Okay, so you're going to be the one that makes the decision. Yes, I'd like to go on a date, or no, I don't want to, or like, even though you're not sure, you don't need to make a decision right at this moment. Okay, it'll kind of just flow naturally, is what I'm hearing. It'll feel right if you decide to go out with him or talk to him. But you could just have a really nice friendship. You'll know. Trust your judgment. You trust your gut. I know your mom probably says that all the time, but trust what you're feeling in your gut. Rebecca, you're next. Amanda, what do you think? How does that sound, hon? Hold on one second, Rebecca. I just want to make sure Amanda's all set, hon. I just want to make sure you were around. Okay, thank you. And yes, she does. Yeah. It's going to be good. Keep me posted, Amanda. Come on from time to time and let me know, okay? I have Rebecca, then Joanna, then Patricia, then Maya. So you're last, Maya, but there's only 3 people ahead of you. Rebecca's up next. Is there a message for me from my beloved husband? It's not just a general, if not just a general reading. All right, let me check. Let me call on your angels. I'll call on Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel. To read the messages for your highest and best of only love and light. I'll bring in your husband. Who's Stephen? Rebecca, who's Stephen, hun? Because I just heard Stephen yelled at me. You don't know? Maybe this is somebody that would be with your husband? Is this a family member of his, maybe, named Steve or Stephen? You're so welcome, Amanda. Take care, hon. I'm really glad you came on. You don't know. Okay. Well, just know that I heard that right off the bat. Do you have a question for your husband? He's around you. He sends you messages all the time, but you're waiting for these big, gigantic messages that really resonate, and it's like definitely him, and he's whispering messages. He's whispering. So his messages are very soft, and they're not like in your face. So you need to really pay attention to recognize them. You don't have any questions for him, hun? You put something in his pocket when he passed, is that correct? Yeah, because he's talking, he's holding it, his hand like over a pocket. So I feel like you put something in his pocket, which had special meaning for him. I don't know if it was a note from you. Yes. Do you get messages from him? Do you get signs from him, hun? You're not sure. Okay, so signs would be anything that's out of the ordinary. Like you happen to be taking a walk and you notice 3 crows that are next to you that weren't there on the way before, and that could be a message from your husband. Or it could be you see a hawk in the sky that's circling around you when you're thinking about him, and that could be your husband. Or it could be your light bulb burns out a lot. There you go. That could be him. I was going to say flickering lights lots of times. They do a lot with light bulbs. They do a lot with turning the cable TV off. Sometimes they make your phone ring and there's nobody there. Sometimes it's like finding little feathers, little white feathers, or finding pennies, or number patterns. 111, 222, 333. These are all things that could be him, because I feel like he's gentle and he's soft when he sends in these messages. So I don't think they're these huge, you know, where you're going to see his name on a billboard or something like that. You know what I mean? I feel like they're gentler messages, but he loves you, so he is sending them. You find a lot of pennies? That's nice. Check, he's saying to check the date of the penny that you find in the next couple of days, because it might be like have special meaning. I don't know if it's the year you were married or the year of your birth or his birth, but it's going to have some, the number is going to be some special year for you. Okay. He's giving you a rose. It's a yellow rose. Was yellow roses, were they your favorite? Because he's making it a point of telling me it's yellow. Is that you saying, wow, I'm assuming that's right? You like yellow? Because he's making it a point to make sure I tell you. I can see it in my mind, but he's saying to make sure purple's your favorite, but he's very clearly giving you a yellow which is lovely. Everything purple, he says, is your favorite. He says everything is purple. You love to wear purple. You have purple in the house. You have a purple blanket. He says purple is your favorite color. He's at peace, hun. He says he feels good and he's at peace. Does that make sense? He's surrounded by loved ones. And his passing was peaceful. Were you there for his passing? Yeah. He says that's a blessing. He knows that it was really hard for you to see him pass, but I think you would have resented it, or you would have been angry if you hadn't have been there. You would have felt guilt-ridden if you weren't there. So he made sure that you were there. Because everybody chooses the time they pass. And he made sure that you were there for his. He wanted you there with him. I think if I were to give you a message from him, it's that he's around you all the time. And I know sometimes you don't feel it, or you feel like he's forgotten about you, or, you hear other people talking about getting signs and so forth, and why aren't I getting signs? And he's telling me that he sends you signs all the time. So if there's a message from him, I would have to say it's just really pay attention to the little signs you're seeing. It's anything out of the ordinary that catches your eye. That's a sign. So if you're walking down the street and there are two birds that are fighting in the sky, and it makes you look up, and it's really unusual to see two birds fighting each other, that's a sign. Okay, hon? He loves you. He wants you to know he loves you. And he's around you all the time. He's patting his pocket again. He's got your message. Thank you, hon, for sharing him with us. Thanks for letting me hold space while you talk about him. That's a perfect example. You're welcome, hon. My pleasure. My pleasure. You might even dream about him. Joanna, you're next. It's a slow night tonight. Not too many people here. Remember, talk to you about moving, yes, with your sister. I can't because they are with COVID. I'm still in my house with my mom. Do you see what for me here? I don't think you're going to be there really long. I think your sister will get over COVID. I think it'll be about a month, and then you'll be able to make a decision if you're going to move in or not. I think you just have to tolerate where you're living for a little bit longer. I know you want to be on your own, and I feel like your sister, I'm sorry she's not feeling well. I hope she gets better really quickly. But I feel like moving in is still an option once she's feeling better again. Hey, you've been around her, the angels are telling me, though? You were around her before she was diagnosed? She didn't know, but you were still around her right before, like a couple of days before she found out she was COVID positive, correct? To her husband and two people, yeah. It's in the house, but it's not her directly. How is everybody feeling, hon? Okay, good. How is everybody doing who has it? That's where holding space comes in, sending them love, sending them energy. There's a woman who's not doing well. Is she older? Yeah. I feel like once it's out of the house, though, you'll have the chance to make you and your sister can make a decision about moving out. I don't think it's that long, okay? And diabetic, okay? I feel like once everybody's feeling better around her and she can leave and know that she's been tested and she tests negative, then I think you guys can make your plans. Does that make sense? No, I don't think you should go there. I think you need to wait till COVID is out of the house. I think you just need to be patient where you are and stay at your mom's for right now. And then once it's out of the house and nobody is sick with it anymore, then it'll be a good time for you to move. How does that sound? Yes, can I ask if God see a good relationship with her partner of my mom? I know you said you don't like him. I feel like your mom is happy right now. I know we talked about it the other day. I feel like your mom is happy right now. And I know that's part of the reason you want to leave, but I feel like you're kind of stuck there right now and your mom's happy. Okay? So I'm gonna move on, Joanna. Keep me posted, hon, about moving, okay? And yeah, she is happy. Keep me posted about how your sister and everybody who's living there is doing, okay? And I'll send some Reiki healing to try to help. Patricia? You're welcome, Joanna. Good luck, hon. Patricia, are you here? You're welcome, Joanna. My pleasure. Friday nights must be a hard night. I'll have to remember that. A lot of people may be going out or doing things with family. I'm going to probably come back on Sunday around noontime again. Noon or, in the afternoon sometime. And then I can get some of the UK people. Share this out with everybody you know, you guys, please. Like share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, share it on YouTube with anybody you know. See if we can gather up some more people to subscribe, okay? Patricia's not here. How about Maya? Maya. General Love psychic reading, please. General Love psychic reading. I just closed a major cycle last night. Okay. So you just let go of someone last night? In a relationship? Is that right, hon? I feel like your angels are telling me you need some time for you. Or you forgave them. Have you been having some time alone so that you've gotten to the point of forgiveness, which is really good? Okay. So you've looked at the reasons why that relationship didn't work, etc., and you're ready to move on? Let's see what's coming in for you, okay? That was hard for you to do, forgive and let go. This Five of Cups, I don't know if they were a water sign or you're a water sign, which is Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But I feel like it was a sad time letting go and forgiving. So I feel like, it was a nice relationship while it lasted. And now And now that it's over, you're a Pisces. Okay, so that's why I'm coming up with a cup or a water sign. You've got the 3 cups in front, and he's tipped them over, and he's not happy. But what he's not looking at is the 2 cups that are behind him that are full. So there is a chance for love to come in for sure. I'm not sure how soon it is. I do see the second cup I have is the 7 of Wands, and the Wands are almost always about something to do that's taking you away. It was a draining connection. Okay, that makes sense. This is something to do with work. So I don't know if there's somebody at work that you're interested in. But if there is somebody that you work with or that's around you all the time, it might not be work. It could just be somebody that's around you all the time. And that could be the person that's coming up that you're interested in, because I've got the 4 of Wands, which is happy life, happy home. And Wands, both of these are fire signs. So it's a fire sign energy, like a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. And this is just a really happy relationship. You know, look at the cupola they're standing under. It's beautiful. So this is something you're manifesting and bringing in. It's lovely. Is this somebody you already know, Maya? Not working at the moment, and I've been staying at home lately, but I'll be out soon. Good. Is this somebody you already know that you might have been talking to, like online or something? Because I feel like it's a really easy relationship coming into it. It's a really easygoing relationship, as if you don't have to formally date or not interested in it at the moment. Okay. Well, this person who's coming in is really going to bring you a lot of happiness. Once you I know you've forgiven, but totally let go of this person, right? And know that they're toxic energy and they're not good for you, then you're going to have happy life, happy home. So the next person that comes in is really going to be nice. Going to be a good fit for you. Okay? They want something solid. Well, I don't know. That's a free will question, but I do feel like you can bring in that kind of person that's looking for a relationship if you want to. I'm sure they're in your area because I feel like they're close. But, if you start talking to someone on the internet and they only want a date and they're not interested in marriage, then just don't stay on with them for very long, right? If you're marriage minded and that's what you're looking for. Okay? But I do see somebody coming in. And you'll be kind of in control of it. So you'll be able to determine, if you want to date, if you want to see them, all that kind of stuff. I feel like you're really good about taking a look at stuff like that. Okay, hon? Well, I'm glad we get to talk tonight about holding space, because we'll be doing a lot of that over the next few weeks. If you haven't already gone back to see my live video that I was on live with, thank you. People have been telling me fire lately. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that'll be a nice connection for sure, Maya. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. All right, everybody. I will see you on Sunday. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend, and I will see you. Take care. Hi, Julie. I am good, thank you. I'm glad you're listening. I hope you go back to Sunday's live reading, because I talked a lot for about 45 minutes. I talked a lot. Oh, stay subscribed, though, Danny, because I'll be back on Sunday, and I only read for my subscribers. So you can go back and you can listen to this again, and then go back and see some of your other, like I did yearly readings for every tarot sign, Danny. And I also, last Sunday, I did a live reading for everybody that talks a lot about what's going on astrologically and kind of why we're feeling so much negative energy and tension and friction and anger and so forth that's out there. So it should really help you. But if you stay subscribed, Danny, then on Sunday when I come on, you'll be notified, and then you can come on and get a reading. Last Sunday's chat. Yep, that's perfect, Julie. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on here on Sunday. I do have do I have a collective message? The collective message is, if you look at Sunday's reading, you'll get the collective message, because I spent 45 minutes doing astrological stuff about what's in the sky and all the anger and everything that's coming up in the next 2 weeks, which is really, you want to really stay close to home. You really want to stay focused and in a high vibration. So that's the collective message. There's a lot of anger out there. There's a lot of danger. There's a lot of violence. So really stay in that higher vibration, that higher power, and spread that collectively as much as you can, okay? That's what I'm asking everybody to do. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Sunday. I'll see you then. Take care.